So again, I'm Kimberly Singh and I live in Sydney, Australia. And I run a company called Populous with my husband. And so our company is a management consulting organization, and we concentrate on people and performance solutions. And our motto really is that you can achieve profits through really promoting your people and doing well by your people. And it's awesome to see organizations that really implement projects and programs for their people and to see their profits flourish as well. And so just to tell you a little bit about my background, as you can tell, I don't have an Australian accent. So I grew up in Canada. I had a math degree and then I took an accounting designation. And so my early career was very finance focused, and I was loving life in Canada. I miss my family and friends very much there, but growing up throughout my 20s, I was doing everything I needed to be doing. I just felt like I needed to do something different. I needed something just outside of my comfort zone. And so an opportunity came up while I was working for BlackBerry in Canada to go to Singapore. And when this opportunity came up, I had no idea what a Singapore even looked like. I just pictured like Hong Kong, very populated, a little island. And so I went there and visited, and I was just blown away at how amazing Singapore is. I don't know if any of you have been there, but it's just awesome. And so I went there for 2 years and 2.5 years and just absolutely loved it. Pushed myself out of my comfort zone, traveling on my own, even just little things like going out for dinner on my own. It just was an incredible experience. And so I met my partner, and he's from Sydney, so then we moved here to Sydney. But just pushing myself out of my comfort zone and allowing my inner self, my true self, to be awakened has just opened up so many opportunities. So I hope that this discussion today brings you some ideas and some practices that you can incorporate into your life as well. So Mahatma Gandhi said that happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are all in harmony. And that's so important because so many things in our life, there's just so much going on. So we have smartphones, we have challenging priorities, we have work to worry about. Now more than ever, especially in 2020, there's just so much noise, so much going on. And so it's so hard for you really to achieve harmony with all the thoughts that are going into your head, the inner critic, the challenges that you're getting. I don't think Nikki said this, but the research, as we were doing Rise Warrior Rise, said that there's 55,000 thoughts that are going through your mind each day. And on average, 75% of that is negative. So 75% of that is weighing towards your inner critic versus your cheerleader. And so that just says right there that it's your thoughts that you really need to get in line to then have your speech align and your actions align for that as well. And Lao Tzu, who's an ancient Chinese philosopher, said that your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your character, and your character becomes your destiny. And so when I look at this, being a mathematician, I delete all of the middle equation, so to speak, and it really is that your thoughts become your destiny. So what you feed your mind, what you're telling yourself every day, that ultimately becomes your destiny. And so you really need to listen to your thoughts, as Nikki had said, and really understand where they're coming from, and to feed yourself positive thoughts towards your destiny. And so thank you for those who completed the survey. That really helped me understand where you wanted, or what you wanted to understand based on today's chat, and where you feel like you are in today as yourself in 2020. So I heard from you that more than 55% of you had felt that mental well-being is your most pressing issue in your life right now, as well as finding meaning and purpose. And so a lot of today's chat is around this, is around helping you with practical tools around understanding your mental well-being and ensuring that your mental well-being is positive and is coming from a good place, and as well as finding meaning and purpose in your life as well as your career. Okay, now let's talk about achieving harmony. And so the ultimate, again, this is finding your purpose and meaning in life as well, which is very important. And so the first step is creating your vision. And the exercise that we do here at Populous with our programs, and I won't go through in detail with you right now, but just to take away from today is that you really need to take the time out. And what we do with our groups is that we ask them to picture themselves as 90 years old. So you're in your favorite place, you're in your happy place, as Nikki was talking about, and picture yourself at the end of your life. You're surrounded by family members, you're just having an amazing life, and think about the two things that got you there. And so if you're really able to nail down the two things that you're most proud of at the end of your life, that really becomes your vision and what you're aiming for and striving for. And so that's one visioning exercise that you can try. And so the second element I have there is aligning your self-talk to that set vision. So ensure that for each of us it's different, and it should be in a positive manner, but that your self-talk of what you're telling yourself really aligns to your vision. And so for me today, in speaking to you today, my vision and my goal was to give you practical tips that you could take away from today. And so aligning my self-talk prior to today and coming to speak was, I will be empowering these women with practical tools, and I will be doing a great job in giving them activities and things that they can use within their life. And so I would tell myself that, and again, igniting that self-belief within me that I could come today and do this amazing job for you. Now, points 3 and 4 there, does your career fit into your vision? You need to really discriminate, whether it be the current career you're in today or the career you foresee yourself having. Does that fit your vision? And discriminate against not just the career function-wise, but also the company as well. Does your work really enhance your soul, or does it perhaps detract from it? And you really need to weigh this up rather than getting to the end of your life with regrets, which when we did the research for Rise Warrior Rise, it said that 90% of people get to the end of their life and have those regrets, which you don't want to do. You want to live your true authentic self, which is beautiful no matter what. And you really do want your work to enhance your soul. And so now I just want to talk about the uglies. So these are things that will stop you from being your authentic self. And you really need to be aware of them, be awake to them rather than let it get to you and it be too late to really do anything about it. And so the first one there being keep the company that you keep, have it be so that it lifts you rather than push you down. So I'm sure we can all identify within our life those individuals that just don't make us feel very good about ourselves. And so once you're aware of that, you'll stay away from them. And I like to think about this is not just the company you keep, person to person, so when you're with them face to face, but it's also company you keep virtually, because today we're living that virtual world. And I know those individuals that even when I chat with them online, it just, whether it be family or friends, perhaps they just don't make me feel like they're supporting me. And so I need to recognize that, and I do need to avoid those individuals. Second one being, know what you stand for. And this goes for detours, which I'll get to in a moment. But knowing what you stand for in terms of your values and your virtues doesn't allow things to really deter you from your path. So detours. Detours I see as not being opportunities, but they're more or less threats. So they're crossroads on your journey. And you may look at them and perhaps see them as opportunities. And then once you investigate them and really understand the motivation of them, you see them as detours. So the quicker you can recognize those, the quicker you can move on from them. And become equanimous to your energy. So I won't get into this in great detail, but we do have some diagnostics we use as part of our programs to really understand your energy and the motives behind it. But just recognize within your environment those things that may be altering your energy. And so that could be food, that could be your actual environment, so where you live or where you work. Just be aware of them and understand the impact that they have on you. And the last one there being, I really should say excuses, because it's all about, sometimes you'll just make excuses of, I have limited time, I'm not, Nikki had said it's the can'ts, right? I can't do this. I can't do that, and you make excuses for yourself. So just be aware that they are there, and avoid them. So work your habits into not making those excuses. And in terms of limited time, just start scheduling the time, making the time to put into yourself. So like the visioning exercise, for instance, if it's something you want to pursue, put the time in your calendar for tomorrow or sometime next week, and take that 30 minutes to really sit down and to listen and to write it down for yourself. And then the daily rituals. So this is really important. And again, we all have excuses and conflicting priorities of what we could be using our time on. But these daily rituals are really important to be that authentic self and to listen to your authentic self. So the first one there being reflect and meditate and to listen. So your authentic self is that person within you that's speaking to you all day long. And you really do need to listen to it. And as Nikki said, understand the motives behind that chat. Understand, is it positive? Is it negative? Perhaps you're hard on yourself job-wise, but not anywhere else in your life. So really understanding that and listening to it and self-reflecting on that and taking notes and journaling, that can be very helpful. Now, flourishing with the art of breath. As part of Rise Warrior Rise, we go through a full chapter on pranayama and breathing. But it's amazing the health benefits, not just from a self-taught perspective, but just living an amazing life and really getting in touch and listening to yourself when you're breathing. And so if anyone's interested to get to know more of that, I can send them more information on that as well. And make part of your daily rituals, the last part there is serve selflessly. So givers gain the most. Learn to give time, give advice, give support. So events like this are just great because it's people meeting people, it's networking, and it's being really supportive to each other, which is great. And so make the time to serve each other, to support each other, and you'll just gain from that opportunity more than anything.